Hey Justin, I know this was probably a while ago. It was in November of 2008. So, it was, yeah, definitely a while ago. But I just wanted to give you my, I guess, 2 cents on this Proposition 8 because really I'm sick of it myself. I don't feel like all this homophobia has any place in our law books. All this bigotry doesn't have any place in our law books. See, I'm from California myself, but is it really true that 50%, more than 50%, is gay? I really don't believe that. I'm sorry, but yeah, because I'm from California. I don't know. I'll look it up. But from what I know, in most cases, there's usually more straight people, than gay people, just statistically. And because, I mean, the supposed norm is to be straight. Now, I'm not saying that I believe that it's, better or the right thing, but the norm is to be straight. And I'm straight, but I've always been against Proposition 8 just because of the bigotry that it supports. I mean, what right do they have to say? Do any of these people have to say that gays can't get married? What right do they have to, get in somebody else's lives and tell them how they should live? They call it the institution of marriage, protecting the institution, all that bull. But I just don't buy it. Why do they care so much about the institution of marriage? Why don't they worry about divorce? Why don't they worry about people who get married under, for stupid reasons, for no reason? People who don't even care. You know, I don't know if you're much of a Family Guy fan. I know I am. But they had an episode about it, and they made a very good point that, you know, two, is it really true that a man and a woman who hate each other have more right to get married than two gay people who love each other? Seems kind of ridiculous, doesn't it? I mean, I just think it's sad that this has to happen. Now, I love my country. I love America. And there are times when I am very ashamed with what they do, but the fact is, no country is perfect. And I'm here somewhat defending America. I feel like it's the people. A lot of times, the people are just. I think it's religion. I blame religion. Well, I know you say you're a Christian, and I know you say that you believe in love, but I'm not sure you are a Christian. And I'm not trying to call you out. If you want to call yourself a Christian, I'm not here to judge you, man. But I think you're a Christian in the aspect of you believe in a lot of the love that God has and a lot of that. But there are so many things in the Bible I know that you wouldn't agree with. I mean, no one agrees with the whole Bible. Well, some crazy people, such as the Westboro Baptist Church. Well, they don't even believe in the Bible. They just believe in homophobia. But, I really don't think that, like, a lot of people call themselves Christians, but I think they do it not being full Christian. Nobody's full Christian. And also they do it just have you actually read the Bible? I mean, the more I learned about the Bible, the more further I drifted away from religion. I wouldn't say I drifted away from God. I've learned to accept the possibility of there being no God, but like you, I believe in love. I believe if there is a God, and I like to believe there is, that He loves us all, regardless. And I've always thought to myself, how could it be a sin to love? How could it possibly be right to, I don't know, force religion on people? How could it be an abomination to love? I really don't understand that. And what it simply was the thinking of the time. So much in the Bible was the thinking of the time. And while Jesus did some great things, he set an example in some areas. but there are also some areas where he was pretty crazy in a negative way. So, I mean, it's kind of like you take the good, and like this is what I do is I take the good from the Bible, but since I'm not willing to accept the bad into my life, or what I believe to be bad in my life, I'm not going to go around calling myself a Christian. It's just that's the way I see it. But it really is sad, and I really hope that people's minds open up. And the good news is, in this great country, you can be gay. You might not be able to get married, but you can love. You can openly be in a gay relationship without. If you've seen what some other countries have done to gay people, you know what I'm talking about and why you should be grateful to be an American. I'm not saying be proud of the decision that the Americans have made, but be proud to be an American because we do have so many rights that we take for granted. And while we search for more and we want to better the country, we still often take for granted the rights that we still do have. So, I may not agree with everything that, whether the president does, whether it's Obama, whether it's Bush, whoever it may be. I may not always agree with them, but I understand that this is a great country where we get to elect our leaders. The problem being that so much of it is just the thinking of the time, and it doesn't take intelligence to vote. And that's the sad thing. It doesn't take intelligence. It doesn't take an open minded perspective. It doesn't take a good vocabulary and education. And the separation of church, and it doesn't take an understanding of the idea of the separation of church and state or the agreement with the idea of separation of church and state. Even if I was a Christian who thought homosexuality was a sin, I probably wouldn't vote yes on Prop 8 simply because, it's not, it has no bearing, no standing in the law. It doesn't deserve to be any part of the law. So, and I definitely don't believe homosexuality is a sin, by the way. I think that nothing's wrong with being homosexual, but I also want to defend some of the Proposition 8 supporters that were not hateful. I have a good friend who supports Prop 8, and he supported it, and he has no problem with gay people. All he says was that marriage is a man and a woman, and he actually thinks gays should have something they call their own thing. He's like, why wouldn't they want to have something original? So, not all people who voted yes on Prop 8 who felt like it should have been yes on Prop 8 had bad intentions. A lot of them don't hate gay people at all, but they just supposedly believe in the institution of marriage. So it's not all based on homophobia, but I think a lot of it is based on misunderstanding and just based on not understanding what the gays are trying to get, what the gay community is trying to achieve with the whole no on Prop 8 by getting gay marriage legalized. So, thank you very much, Justin, for this video. But, one other thing. The sad thing is, the decision lies on the straight people. And when it comes down to it, that's true because the straight people are a majority. So when it comes down to it, it comes to the straight people opening their minds and being willing to accept homosexuals. So, yeah. So yes, thank you very much for this video. I just wanted to give you some of my thoughts. Peace.